To me, to me, let's assume I'm a police officer. To me, this is how dangerous a traffic stop would be. You get out of your car, you got your hat on, you go up to the driver. Now, to me, and of course you're going to have to walk back to your cruiser. And all the training in the world tells you to look back, but there's going to be times where you're not looking back. And to me, it's just as dangerous as if Jack the Ripper had a gun in his hand and he's asleep, and you're hoping you don't wake up Jack the Ripper. To me, it would be that dangerous. I don't see why technology would. They don't have technology like not as big as an iPad, but the police officer could walk up to the car, grab the license, and just touch the license to the screen. And the sensor would detect the number, scan the number real fast. I know we got this. I know we got to have this technology. And he can see everything on his pad without having to, he can keep, as he's watching his screen, he can keep an eye on the driver without dangerously walking back to his police cruiser. I mean, you know, they got the wireless radio. They got the microphone. You know, the Adam 12 days are long gone. They got the technology. They got the radio right here, which has saved many of policemen's lives. They don't, you know, the old Adam 12 days, they had to get back to the car. Those days are gone. But what can't they add like an iPad, where they just stand right there, grab a license, scan it, and it gives them all the information. And of course, you'd have to. I mean, some kind of technology that could scan that car for weapons. I mean, hell, come on. I mean, you know, we got the space program. I mean, just walking back to the police cruiser, man, that's just an accident waiting to happen. All that training, looking back, that don't, in the real world, that don't mean nothing. That's why that Corbin, Kentucky State Trooper was shot in the back of the head. That training didn't pay off at all. Well, my sister went to nursing school. Then she got hired on at the hospital. I said, Julie, I happened to mention, I said, did the school teach you well? And she told me, and she said, and I quote my sister, a lot of BS. So what are you talking about? She says, I don't care what they teach you in school. It ain't nothing compared when you get hired. I said, you kidding me? She said, no. She said, a lot of school is just BS. She said, school ain't the real world. That's just like police training. It ain't the real world. Oh, yeah, that's what she told me. And I said, give me another example of where the schooling doesn't match the hospital. She said, well, for example, record keeping. They teach you, you got to write, you know, you got to do all this record keeping. Yet, when you go to work, you ain't got time. If you fill out all the papers as you're trained in school or taught in school, you would not get off the clock. That's what my sister told me. She said you wouldn't have time. You would be at the hospital 24/7 filling out paperwork. There ain't enough time. She said that's where part of the school is BS. She said, you know, the school teaches you this, but the real world teaches you that. You know, it just. She said, you know, it's a lot of schools, a lot of teaching in school is true, but she says there's a degree of schooling, she said, was BS. You know, the schooling's this, and the real world's that. So, there you go.